This program is made possible by American Senior Benefits Wichita is all about your peace of mind. We specialize in asset protecting, safeguarding your health, planning your estate, and preserving your freedom of choice. We're here to work through all of this with you. American Senior Benefits Wichita proudly supports PBS Kansas. The Candle Club, a place where friends, food, and music come together. Currently, we offer live entertainment every night except Sundays. Enjoy our delicious specialty appetizers and the Candle Club Signature Prime Rib. More about upcoming events at candleclubwichita.com. Home Health and Hospice of Kansas is a locally owned and community-based provider. We offer quality health care to our patients and families, complete with love, warmth, and compassion. We'll take care of all of the details for you. More information at kansashomehealth.com. Welcome to Cedric Plaza Retirement Community. Our living options are designed to suit your specific needs and activities that you're sure to love. We believe you'll be able to see yourself here, enjoying time with friends and family. For more information, cedricplaza.org.
Welcome to Empowering Seniors. I'm your host, Catherine Ambrose. Today I'm excited to talk about Nordic Pole Walking. I'm at the WSU Campus with the co-founders of Club Parkinson's. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
So Shana and Connie, you two have recently started Club Parkinson's. How long ago did you get started with that?
We have literally been open about 6 weeks, September of 2021.
And the WSU Campus is your home base?
It is. Okay. We started here. We are very fortunate to be on campus here at WSU. This is the Heskett Center, and it's actually the fitness center for all of the campus students. We have access to all components of the Heskett Center.
So we're going to talk about Club Parkinson's members and what you do here, and with a specific focus on the Nordic Walking. So tell us a little bit about what Nordic Walking is.
So Nordic Walking is actually just a simple enhancement of normal walking. We put poles into your hands, and we're going to talk about it a little bit later, but there's 2 different ways to walk with the poles. And that activates our upper body, which incorporates 90% of our muscles, and give us an overall body workout. And what's really nice about Nordic Walking is that it's inexpensive, it's easy to learn, and it's really age appropriate for anybody that would like to learn how to do it.
So what gave you the idea to bring Nordic Walking to Wichita?
So Nordic Walking is something that we incorporate into Club Parkinson's. To back up a little bit, Club Parkinson's is a nonprofit here in Wichita, Kansas, and we provide fitness classes, education classes, and wellness classes, all instructed by clinicians, certified occupational therapists and physical therapists. It so happens that Nordic Walking is one of our classes here at WSU.
Nordic Walking is appropriate for any age group, and we've introduced it at the Empowered Senior Seminar Series, which is fun. And then as I've gone around town, I hear a lot of people like in the senior centers that are excited about the classes that they've, or the training that they've gotten from you so far. And it's really a buzz out there. So I'm excited to do this episode with you. So it uses your whole body. A lot of times people are told to go out and walk for exercise, but this style of walking, you're using your entire body. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And it helps with your posture?
Yes, so it does use your whole body. So if you can think about going from 2-wheel drive with your 2 feet to 4-wheel drive, now you have some power in with the poles through your hands. So as you're walking, you're doing a lot of reciprocal patterning, which helps with coordination and helps with the gait speed, which is really important for us. As the faster we are able to walk, the more balanced that we are.
Nordic Walking, I understand, is very popular in some other countries already. So where might people see people doing the urban pole walking or Nordic walking?
Europe is actually one of the most popular places that it's being utilized right now. It was founded in Finland, and it was founded as a way to train their cross-country skiers in the summer months. So they actually call it ski walking. And in Europe, they have a very different approach to exercise than we do here in America. They tend to do most of their exercising outdoors, riding bikes, hiking, walking, where we in America tend to go to a gym. So we're indoor exercisers. So that's why it's so popular there in Europe.
So do they do it outdoors in just about any kind of weather?
They do. And even though that some of the places that are the most cold, they are the most adamant about being outdoors, to exercise outdoors.
Well, that's really interesting. So maybe we need to be outside more often, even when it's cold.
Absolutely.
So, and with your poles, you can use them inside or outside, is that right?
That's correct. We actually have two different styles of poles that we're going to introduce today. There's different reasons for using each one of them, but fortunately here on campus, we are able to use the campus to have member participation in that class, but we also have a full-size track.
The indoor track gives us more of an opportunity to be able to exercise through those winter months indoors if we'd like. It's a safer place for our members. And so that just gives us that added or an extra place that we can go. We'd like to be outdoors as much as we can, but if we do need to bring it inside, we can bring it inside too.
So what are the other types of exercise that you're doing with your members?
We actually have aquatics, so we have an amazing swimming pool that we are able to utilize here. We have Tai Chi, we have a strength and balance class, we have a fall prevention class. We are very big on incorporating and involving the caregivers and loved ones in our groups. They are a huge and critical piece of this puzzle. So we have an empowerment group. And one of the components that we are very grateful for being housed here on the university is that we incorporate and we collaborate with some of the departments here on campus. So we have had multiple interactions with different engineering students and the counseling department. They actually help us with our support group and empowerment group for people with Parkinson's and their caregivers.
So you have a lot of people participating, so that, talk about enrichment. Mm-hmm. So what is it about Parkinson's that makes it very important that people are exercising and doing the type of exercising that you're talking about?
So it's really important that we're challenging our people with Parkinson's to always do something that's new and unique to them, because that helps with what's called neuroplasticity of the brain. And this is anytime that you're learning something new and doing something as complicated as Nordic walking, it does help build those pathways again that were possibly lost through Parkinson's.
So it's very critical for people with Parkinson's disease to keep moving. Research is showing how important movement is to help delay or even push off symptoms. So we are adamant about, we want to work with people at any stage of this disease. The sooner that we can get to teaching people what needs to happen, and if they are performing well, but they have also their optimum medications, it's a win-win for everybody.
So what caused the two of you, as a physical therapist and occupational therapist, to specialize in Parkinson's? What drew your heart into that?
So about 10 years ago, I became involved with Parkinson's disease. One, because I recognized that people with Parkinson's want to learn more, they want to know more. What a gift as a therapist to see results if they are taught the right tools. So the sooner that we can get to people with Parkinson's after that initial diagnosis, the better. One of the specific scenarios that I recall is the gentleman that I met. He had just been diagnosed 2 months before he came into therapy, into our clinic. And he had told me his story that, long story short, is basically I met my new neurologist. We talked about symptoms. I did some coordination tests. Unfortunately, there's not any blood work that says you definitely have Parkinson's. It's very underdiagnosed and very misdiagnosed. But then he said, here's your new prescription. Let's try this medication. Call me if there's any concerns or questions, but otherwise let's schedule our next appointment in 6 months. And I thought, what a tragedy to leave that office, have this devastating diagnosis that is lifelong, and not given any other tools. And not to say that there are not tools to be given, but goodness, you know, we all know, unfortunately, in these insurance-driven days that the physicians have to focus and keep their focus on the medical components. So when we met, our vision and our dream is to fill that gap and help people, give them the tools and the resources and the training, and above all, give them hope.
So in addition to the medical component, doing the exercise and having support groups to really cope and hopefully thrive through it the best that they can.
100%.
And really the engagement with their loved ones through the process too. That's got to be really good. And what about you, Connie?
Well, it's actually at a continuing education, and it was specific for people with Parkinson's. And I was just totally blown away by the information that I was given. And it's just totally lit my brain up to all the potential possibilities that could be happening here in Wichita. It's like nothing like this is going on in Wichita, and I just felt like this is such a needed resource for people with Parkinson's, and that was one of the reasons why we wanted to start the Club Parkinson's, and that's what led me down the path of professional development for more Parkinson's education, and actually led me to my co-founder, Shana.
Very good. So, because occupational therapy can be quite broad, and so to narrow down and really focus on this niche, I really commend you for doing that, and I'm sure it's making a tremendous difference. So what is special about these particular poles for the Nordic walking?
Let me show you. So urban poles is the design of these particular poles. There's actually two different styles. It was designed by an occupational therapist. It provides a platform for someone to actually have a good solid grip, but also when they push down, it gives not only sensory feedback in that feeling, but it reminds them, okay, I can push harder and I can strive harder.
So in addition to what Shana is saying, is that this does provide a nice ledge for us to be able to place our hands. So when we are walking, we're able to push down on this ledge, and that helps fire up all of our muscles that are needed for that upper body to be able to use all those 90% of muscles that we are using while we're Nordic walking. And then what else is nice about the poles is that there's a lot of vibration that can happen if you don't have the right Nordic walking poles. So she created three different anti-vibrational points. So one is the handle, one is the ferrule on the pole, and then one is the boot tips that can be utilized for the anti-vibration. And then also on top of that, our little boots can come off, and there's a little carbon steel tip at the bottom that we can use in grass or sand or just any other surface besides like a concrete surface.
So if someone is looking for a pole, they want to keep some of those things in mind. Can you show us what that tip looks like? So is that the indoor tip?
This is the indoor tip, so it's a little boot, and actually it's used outside on the concrete and the sidewalks, and the boot faces away when we're walking, but if we wanted to hike, or if we wanted to walk through grass, then we have a little different tip that's the carbon steel tip, and then that'll kind of dig into the ground to give us our resistance, because the resistance is coming from pushing on that ledge as we're pushing down and away.
So what are the benefits of that pushing motion? What all are you working?
So that is a big posture piece that we're working. So we're working all of our back extensors. So if you think about our fairly sedentary lifestyle that we have, we are typically flex forward. We're working forward on computers or our cell phones, washing dishes, brushing our teeth. Everything is forward. Shoulders are kind of rounded. Even our nice comfy chairs kind of bring us in. So what's so nice about this is that it allows us to be able to lift that chest, bring those shoulder blades back, and we're really forced to stand tall, because when you put these in your hands, you really can't slouch. You're pushing down and away, and it forces you to stand up nice and tall.
Because I've noticed it is pretty easy to continue to slouch while you're walking. You have to really think about it. And so that takes that away. So it becomes a full body workout instead of just working your legs. Okay.
Absolutely.
So why are there so many seniors all over town talking about this? What have you stirred up? Why do they like it?
Nordic walking can benefit anyone. We choose to specialize in Parkinson's, and we love this for our members and their families, but anyone can benefit from Nordic walking.
It's simple to learn. It does take a few trials, but you can usually learn this within 4 or 5 shots of being out there walking. It's inexpensive, and you can really take your poles wherever you want. So you can do your exercising anywhere that you want, anywhere that you go. It's very easy to pack if you're traveling. And it also gives them added stability. Some of our seniors need a little more stability, and it gives them that confidence to be able to walk, because they do have the 4 points on the ground. That is giving them some more stability, and it gives them that greater confidence.
In fact, maybe in Europe or other places, they might even use it in place of a walking cane or a walker. Is that true?
Exactly. We have seen some pretty remarkable situations where balance is something that, as we age, it's going to decrease. So we have to do things to challenge ourselves. And instead of initially going from maybe a cane to a walker, why not choose to go and try out the Nordic walking poles? One of the other pieces, though, that we definitely want to suggest is that Nordic walking poling is not something to just go and buy a traditional set of poles and try this on your own. This is a different style. There are actually two different styles of poles, and for different reasons, we provide the training for those to use them appropriately.
What about a viewer that might be watching online? They could be anywhere in the country or anywhere in Kansas, or they could be watching on television just about anywhere in Kansas. If they cannot find instructors, what should they do if they have an interest in this?
They can reach out to Club Parkinson's.
Okay.
You know, that's the beauty of telecommunication and virtual communication. We can be their trainers. We are actually in the process of reaching out across Kansas and including people that maybe cannot come in person. But again, we are very adamant about working on the training components of this. So we can do that through the computer, through Zoom messages, through Zoom meetings, and train the person directly on how to use the poles appropriately.
So do you think this is a trend that's really going to catch on for seniors?
I do. Mm-hmm.
So how can caregivers benefit by plugging into the pole walking?
It's actually been really incredible that the caregivers can connect with their loved one in this activity. We are walking outdoors, we are connecting, we are doing this as a group, and you know, even though they may have a different style of poles for each one of them for different reasons, one of the set of poles is for balance and one is more for fitness, it brings them together in an activity that they complete together.
And really learn together, because there's a learning component to it, but it's fun. And it does give your brain something to work on. So it's really good for anyone.
In addition to what Shana was saying, is research is showing that the more physical activity that you can do for people with Parkinson's, then that also gives them that greater benefit. So it's really nice when you have a caregiver that can walk with you and has that additional support system to get out there and be able to walk.
Absolutely. And it's an opportunity to visit and talk and laugh. And so I can imagine how beneficial that is.
Now I will tell you a story. I was out walking with mine and somebody yelled, "Hey, it's the wrong season." So they may get that, but you know what? If we start using these and express it to the community, the benefits and the power behind them, we can all ski in the wrong season and it won't matter.
Well, let's hope we're starting that with this show.
Actually, a couple of our members have said that when they're outside walking here on campus, is like, I'm training for the cross-country teams. So they're having fun with it too. They're having fun with it too. So.
It has been such a fun activity to lead and to teach. I've developed some great friendships and long-lasting friendships, and they've just been such an encouragement to me. And it's a great activity that builds camaraderie. It's a great activity that just builds strength. You use 40% more of your muscles compared to just walking alone. And it can be catered to any fitness level. So it's just a great activity to get people moving.
Back in April, Marilyn came down sick with something, and she was under care in the hospital and in Catholic Care Center. After she was released, we then got connected with Parkinson Connect, and they've been working with us 4 days a week, coming in home, and we've went from not walking at all to walking on her own now. And she can go up and down the stairs, which she couldn't be able to do, and we joined Club Parkinson's here when it started here 6-8 weeks ago, and she's doing just great with it now. She's really come a long ways. So,
well, having the poles gives you stability, gives you balance, and so I have not even tried to walk without the poles. I really depend on them. I do sometimes walk around the house with my poles, but you really need to go a little further, you know, in a park or on the street or something. My balance is the hardest part of everything. The balance is the thing that improved the most. If you're moving from side to side or forward, on occasion backwards, yeah, you can do all that.
the benefit for me with her is we're now able to be mobile and go out and do things again. Where before she was with the walker and then in the wheelchair that we'd have to take her. Now she's up and down steps, into the car, out in public again now, walking. So that's really helped us.
My wife was diagnosed with Parkinson's about 8 months ago, and she is one of the people that does not like to exercise, and I like to exercise, so I thought I would just do everything with her and just try to keep her motivated. She's my wife. I've been married 50 years to her, so when you're with somebody that long, you just try to do whatever you can to help them. I'm not sure she would stay with it if I wasn't, but like I said, she's one of these that does not really like to exercise, but she'll do it, and maybe begrudgingly sometime, but she will go ahead and do it. We started in last April, and we started just doing it with Connie and Shana over at the Cessna Activity Center, and then we gradually, after they started Club Parkinson's, went to the group and did it that way. We just went ahead and did it. We just did it on our own block. We didn't go very far, but people would stop and ask us, and we told them what we were doing and why, and they all seemed to think it was a good idea. The walking has been a big improvement for her. She had a pretty bad fall when she first got Parkinson's, and we started walking then, but she was very slow, short steps, and this has increased her steps quite a bit, and just overall, I think it's helped her balance too.
It gets me out of the house, it gets me working, it gets my exercise being done, so it's good for me. It's fun meeting all the people, so, and then the people that run this place are great, so that's a big thing for me. I'm more stable on my feet than I was before. I probably stand up a little bit better. They keep telling me I am. I don't think I do, but they keep telling me I am. And I love to meet the people. I've always enjoyed meeting people, and the people who run this program are just great. They help us a lot. Keep pushing us. That's the main thing. So that's good. I think they all should try it. If they've got the issues with Parkinson's, try it as early on as you can, because I think it really helps keep you going. Exercise is the key. Poling is great, yes, for anybody. It gives more exercise than you do with just standard walking, so that's great.
It helps my balance a lot. I have a problem with balance. And 2 years ago, I had back surgery and trying to heal from that. My chemicals got all messed up with my Parkinson's drugs. And then I couldn't walk. It was strange. Then my wife and daughter took me to physical therapy a few times, where they carry me in or carry me out. And now I'm walking without my canes usually.
I enjoy Nordic walking. I think it's a great activity and makes walking have a more interesting component to it, and instead of just plain walking by itself. And I've enjoyed it and enjoyed doing it so far with this group. I think it's great, and I was really interested in how they originally developed it from cross-country skiers. I thought that was really interesting, and now how they've been able to kind of modify it to be able to use for individuals with Parkinson's and be able to help them and do activities with them. So far, I've just been so impressed by everybody's positive attitudes that they bring every day. They just have a go-get-it attitude that I just really admire, and just no complaining, everybody's ready to improve and to feel better, and just feel better with themselves and combating the disease. I just see that they just have no quit in them. They just want to keep fighting and keep progressing and improving themselves, and they're not ready to give up, and I really admire that.
So tell us what the specific benefits are that you like about pole walking.
Well, one of my favorites is that it's a waist whittler. So actually, what studies are showing is that when you're walking with the poles, you're contracting your abs, and for every mile that we go, we're getting 1,800 abdominal contractions. So that's a tremendous amount of contractions to our core to help build that core and stabilize our core. And then it also revs up our calorie burn. So studies again are showing that we're increasing our calorie burn from 20 to 46% more. So just think about that. If you had an opportunity to add something very simple into your walking technique to be able to burn more calories, wouldn't you want to try it? Nordic walking is an ideal choice of activity to achieve sustainable weight loss, and most say at a low perceived exertion rate. Also, our hips and knees are offloaded. The poles decrease weight through the lower body joints, allowing increased speed, stride length, and may even offer some pain relief. Since the body weight is distributed over 4 points, it decreases the weight to the ankles, hips, and knees.
In addition, Nordic pole walking is actually a great running alternative. We can still get outside, enjoy the fresh air, and running without jarring our joints that can be very damaging.
Plus, Nordic walking can be a key player in the management of chronic diseases. Standout features of this low-impact form of fitness is that it can help regulate conditions such as high cholesterol, hypertension, and diabetes, which in turn reduces the risk for stroke and heart disease.
Wow, so I can really see how it can benefit everyone, and no matter what kind of issues people are dealing with, it can really be beneficial. So the reduction of pain really caught my attention. So how does it help with that?
Really, it's the offloading of the joints that helps reduce the pain. So there's less stress on the joints because the upper body is taking some of that weight through the poles. And again, like we were talking about, going from the 2 points of contact of the ground, you're going to 4. So that helps distribute your weight over the 4 points, helping reduce the pain.
It also sounds like you get more bang for your buck using the poles rather than just walking alone.
Absolutely. If we can get people outside or even indoors walking 10 more minutes a day, adding the poles with them, many more benefits come into play.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for sharing this. I can see how it's a very inclusive sport and could be encouraging for anyone to get up and off the sofa.
Yes, we absolutely think that anybody that is wanting to add extra fitness into their days, Nordic walking is a very easy way to get that added into their day.
It's actually a very inclusive activity. Anyone can join in with this activity, and we'd love to see you out in the community.
Well, thank you again, Connie and Shana. And thank you for watching this edition of Empowering Seniors. If you have questions about this topic or anything else that we cover, please reach out to us at the station at empoweringseniors@kpts.org, or you can phone us at 316-686-4500. Until next time, I'm Catherine Ambrose, and this is Empowering Seniors.
This program is made possible by American Senior Benefits Wichita is all about your peace of mind. We specialize in asset protecting, safeguarding your health, planning your estate, and preserving your freedom of choice. We're here to work through all of this with you. American Senior Benefits Wichita proudly supports PBS Kansas. The Candle Club, a place where friends, food, and music come together. Currently, we offer live entertainment every night except Sundays. Enjoy our delicious specialty appetizers and the Candle Club Signature Prime Rib. More about upcoming events at candleclubwichita.com. Home Health and Hospice of Kansas is a locally owned and community-based provider. We offer quality health care to our patients and families, complete with love, warmth, and compassion. We'll take care of all of the details for you. More information at kansashomehealth.com. Welcome to Cedric Plaza Retirement Community. Our living options are designed to suit your specific needs and activities that you're sure to love. We believe you'll be able to see yourself here, enjoying time with friends and family. For more information, cedricplaza.org.